Okay, so when you add and subtract integers, it's a little bit trickier, more advanced form of just adding and subtracting whole numbers. So check out what we do. We can use a number line for this. And here, the first problem, it says, what's the sum of each? We're adding right now, and use a number line. So we say, okay, 3 plus 5. We start at 3, and then we go 5 jumps to the right, and we land on 8. Now, how do we know that we go to the right? Okay, this explains that if the number is positive, move to the right. Look at where the direction of positive is on the number line. It's to the right. If you want to get to the negative numbers, you go to the left. So if we're adding a positive number, we go 5 jumps to the right. And we'll go to the left if we're adding a negative number. What's the next one? 3 plus negative 5. We, again, start at 3. But now, because we're adding a negative 5, we go 5 units in the negative direction. And where do we end up? At negative 2. What if it was negative 3 plus 5? Well, we'd start then at negative 3, and we're adding a positive number, so we move in the positive direction to the right, 5 units, and we land on 2. And finally, what if we moved from negative 3, 5 units in the negative direction? Here we start at negative 3, and we go in the negative direction 5 units, and we end up on negative 8. Okay, that's how to use a number line to add and subtract integers. Here's a got it problem for you. Just a moment, and see how you do. There's another method for adding or subtracting integers, and it involves absolute value, so we need to discuss that concept first. You may have seen it before. Absolute value of a number is its distance from 0 on a number line. Absolute value is always non-negative since distance is always non-negative. You can't go negative distances. You can go 0 distance, or you can go a positive number of units away from something, but you can't be negative for distance. So, for example, the absolute value of 4 is 4 because 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 units from 0. And the absolute value of negative 4 is also 4 because negative 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 units from 0. We can write it as this with bars on the outside. The absolute value of 4 is 4. The absolute value of negative 4 is 4. Notice we're not saying the opposite. Opposite of 4 would be negative 4. Absolute value doesn't mean opposite. It always means get rid of the negative sign if there's one there and make it non-negative. You can use absolute value when you find the sums of real numbers. Here is the key concept, and we'll apply it in a moment. If you're adding numbers with the same sign, we're adding a positive 3 and a positive 4, we can add their absolute values and keep the same sign. These have positive numbers. Absolute value of this is 3. Absolute value of this is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. And we keep the sign, which is positive. Okay? These both have the same sign. That's the idea. Same sign or different signs. These have the same sign. So we take the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. Absolute value of negative 4 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. And since they both have the same sign of negative, that 7, we put a negative on it for negative 7. Okay? So when they have the same sign, you're going to keep whatever sign they both are, and you're going to add their absolute values. When they're different signs, we will subtract their absolute values, and then whatever addend of the numbers that we added together has a greater absolute value, we'll keep its sign. Right here, if we add together negative 3 plus 4, what we're doing is we're saying different signs to subtract their absolute values. This is 3. And this is 4. What's 3 minus 4? 3 minus 4 is negative 1. But we have the addend that was larger absolute value has a positive sign on it. So the answer is 1, positive 1. Okay. Here we could say they have different signs, so we subtract. So we say it has an absolute value of 3. This has an absolute value of 4. What's 3 minus 4? Negative 1. Okay, so we get 1 for their difference, negative 1 in this case, but we're going to keep the sign of the larger absolute value, and this has a larger absolute value. It has a negative sign, so this stays negative as well. You'll see it in practice in a minute. Okay, so let's apply this idea of adding integers with, with this rule. So check it out. What is each sum? Now, how do I know what rule to apply? Okay, the idea here, it says you want to identify whether you have the same sign or different signs when you're adding, and that's going to be the difference between which rule you use. Okay, remember, if you have the same sign, you add the absolute values together, keep the sign. If you have different absolute value or different signs, you subtract the absolute values and keep the sign of the one with the larger absolute value. So here we go. What is the sum of these two? Okay, well, they're opposite signs. So we're going to subtract the absolute values. 12 minus 7 is 5. And there's more negatives, so it's going to be negative. There's 12 negatives, right? Okay. Let's do the next one. Same sign or different sign? They have the same sign. So we're going to add their absolute values. 18 plus 2 is 20. And we're going to keep the sign that they both have negative. So negative 20. Let's keep going. Negative 4.8 plus 9.5. Doesn't matter that they're decimals. We do the same thing. Do they have the same sign or different signs? They have different signs. So we subtract. We subtract 9.5 minus 4.8, and we get, let's see, 4.7. And the bigger one is positive, so it's positive 4.7. Okay? And finally, what about this right here? We have 3/4 plus negative 5/6. Same sign or different signs? They're different signs. That means we're going to subtract their absolute values. We're going to say 5/6 minus 3/4. And we have to actually do the math where we change them to the common denominator. Okay? And they did that first, so to see which one was larger absolute value. They're both the denominator of 4 and 6, they both go into 12, so you change them both into 12ths. If you don't know how to change into equivalent fractions, that's something you can ask me on the side. And we get 9/12 plus negative 10/12. So we're going to subtract their absolute values. 10/12 minus 9/12 is 1/12. And there's more negatives, so it's going to be negative 1/12. Yep. Okay, so let's do your got it problem. Next thing we'll do is talk about the idea of opposites, which you should know. Two numbers that are the same distance from 0 on the number line but lie in opposite directions are opposites. 3 and negative 3 are both 3 units from 0, but they're in the opposite direction. So 3 and negative 3 are opposites. Okay. A number and its opposite are called additive inverses. If you add these two numbers together, you get 0. Okay. To find the sum of a number and its opposite, you use the inverse property of addition. For every real number a, there's an additive inverse, negative a. Whatever that value is, you change the sign to its opposite so that a plus negative a is the same as negative a plus a, which is 0. 14 plus negative 14, 0. Okay, negative 14 plus 14, 0. We can also use the idea of opposites or additive inverses to subtract real numbers. Take a look at this. Okay, look at this number line below. We have 3 minus 5. 3 minus 5. What we're doing is starting at 3 and we're going 5 units in the negative direction and we get to negative 2. That's the same as if we said 3 plus the opposite of 5. Here it says 3 minus a positive 5. Here it says 3 plus a negative 5. We can change it to positive by doing the opposite of the second number, and that's the same as starting at 3 and moving negative 5. Okay, so they're equivalent expressions. Here's what it says. If you have a minus b, that's the same as a plus negative b. This should be familiar to you. So 3 minus 5 is the same as 3 plus negative 5, which is negative 2. Okay, if you had 3 minus negative 5, you could turn it to addition by changing this to a positive. So you have 3 plus positive 5 is 8. Okay, so we're subtracting real numbers. Now, we have a value in turning it into an addition problem because we already have a set of rules for addition. So if we just change it to an addition problem by doing the opposite of the second number, then we're just following the addition rules. We just kind of have to follow those addition rules and learn more, really one set of rules. So -8 minus -13, we keep the first number the same. This becomes addition by changing this to a positive number, -8 plus 13. Now the rule for addition is they have opposite signs, so we subtract their absolute values. 13 minus 8 is 5, and the bigger one was positive, so it's positive 5. Okay? Here we have 3.5 minus 12.4. We're going to rewrite this to an addition problem, and this positive 12.4 is going to become a negative 12.4. Now we have the rule for addition where the signs are opposite, so we subtract 12.4 minus 3.5 is 8.9, and then we say that larger absolute value number was negative, so we have negative 8.9. Okay? And we have 9 minus 9. That's the same as 9 plus negative 9. And 9 plus its additive inverse is 0. Okay? So here is your got it problem. Good luck. Okay, that's the lesson. Here's your lesson check problems. See how you do. Good luck.